up, guys? It is esports content entertainment coming at you guys with another video here today. And in today's video, we are going to be talking about Golden Guardians, FlyQuest, and TSM. But if you guys are checking out the channel for the first time, please make sure to smash the like button and hit the subscribe button, and also comment down below. And you guys already know I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers before the end of the year. And if I don't reach that goal, that is perfectly fine. I just want to get close to that goal as I can. And without further ado, let's begin. So I have other videos coming out, but all of this news is not really like big enough for like one little smaller video, right? I usually save those little smaller videos for like big name players. But when it comes to like these kind of players right here, I could just compile all of this news into one video, because I still have to do that FBI solo video and the Damwon solo video, and that will be like the latest of the videos that I'm actually gonna be able to do. Sometimes I'll just combine, you know, roster moves into one video. It just makes things a whole lot easier. But let's start talking about Golden Guardians. So LCS EV tweets, sources, Golden Guardians anticipated to bring back Huhi for the LCS 2023 season. Huhi was at one point a mid laner. He role swapped to playing support, and then he got his big break at playing support on Golden Guardians, obviously, and, you know, he did very well toward the back end of the LCS 2020 summer split, where he was picked up by 100 Thieves, and then later on he went on to win a LCS championship title with 100 Thieves playing support. But Huhi has been not as... it's really hard to say. Huhi has not been playing as well as he once was as support. I think he has a lot of issues in the, you know, early to mid game, actually, when it comes to like making the best proactive decisions. But him going back to Golden Guardians, it's not the worst thing, but the roster that Golden Guardians put together is just not good, and I don't think Stixxay is that good. I don't know how Stixxay keeps getting these starting spots. If Stixxay wasn't on Golden Guardians, he wouldn't get a spot. I don't know how this guy's been getting spots. I just don't know. But yeah, Huhi will be Golden Guardian support for the LCS 2023 season. Then we have support Elya. Yeah, this guy was on TL Academy. He got a chance to play you know, some games with the TL Super Team when they had to make some roster, you know, decisions for some reasons that I forgot. It was at the beginning of the year. A lot of people were like, Yeon and Elya are like a really good bot lane, and they'll definitely get a team, you know, moving forward into the LCS 2023 season, and it looks like that's going to be the case here. LCS tweets, sources, support Elya has reached a verbal agreement with FlyQuest in the LCS. So FlyQuest are moving on from Afromu, and I think that's a good and bad thing. I don't think Afromu was their problem, but they definitely want to make a roster that can definitely win, you know, LCS. I'm not saying that Afromu hasn't won LCS, he definitely has, but the thing here is, you know, Afromu is definitely, in his age at this point, have a lot of issues with his gameplay. I don't think he was as good as a support player like some people may not to be. I thought it was fine overall. I think Johnson and Afromu bot lane was just solid overall, but having Elya here, I think it's going to give them that necessary firepower that they need in the bot lane. All right, next we have LCS tweets, sources, Solo is re-signing with TSM and is expected to be the starting top laner. So Solo has been a player that has bounced around from many different teams. He's had ups and downs. At some point, he was considered a pretty good top laner when he was on Echo Fox, and at other points, he was considered a pretty bad top laner. He finally got another chance to play in the LCS with TSM after TSM had those pretty big issues, you know, with their roster that they've had all of, you know, earlier this year. So them re-signing Solo makes perfect sense. But if they want to win LCS, I don't think Solo's gonna be, you know, that kind of player. Yeah, he did make, you know, the back-to-back finals for the LCS back in 2020. But the thing here is the LCS was really shitty back then, so making back-to-back finals then, I guess that's an achievement, you know? But to be fair, he was one game away from actually being an LCS champion, so I think he offers some good stuff as a player and as a top laner, but I think it's just a budget version of Impact, and if that's what they need is a solid rock in the top lane that's not super volatile like Huhi, then I think that's good for them. Alright, then we also have TSM's jungler. Alejandro Gomez tweets, sources, Boogie has reached a verbal agreement with TSM, and pending minor details will be the LCS jungler. Boogie was the jungler for Estral Esports. Both teams reached an agreement for the Korean player. So Estral Esports, wasn't that the organization that TSM bought that one player Mia from, and then they played Mia for like, what, 3 weeks, I think, maybe 2 weeks, and they just benched him. I thought that was ridiculous. They went out and got a new support player over Shenny, who they also got from the LPL, and they were like, you know what, it's not working out. You're both out. Now we have Chime, you know? And then you're thinking to yourself, what in the hell is going on with TSM? TSM had a lot of issues, you know, earlier this year. But for the jungler position, we know that Spica wasn't going to be, you know, on the roster, given the fact that Spica literally announced that he wasn't going to be playing, you know, for TSM. So them getting Boogie as a jungler, I don't know anything about this guy, really. I think I've heard his name, maybe. I've never seen him play, really, or at least I don't remember seeing him play. Yeah, TSM have Boogie. That's awesome. Alright, so, here is the final piece to TSM's roster for the LCS 2023 season. Now, given the fact that TSM is a very volatile organization, maybe, given how TSM might perform for this upcoming LCS 2023 spring split, they would make a lot of changes. You know, we know TSM will make changes when they start losing, or if they start losing, you know? The thing here is he's going to be their AD carry, and that person is going to be Neo, who played on Dignitas for quite some time, and then they subbed out Neo, and we never heard of this guy ever since then. That wasn't a long time ago, but it was like, wait, why did you get rid of Neo? LSC Willow tweets, sources, AD carry Neo has reached a verbal agreement with TSM in the LCS. Full roster will be top lane Solo, jungle Boogie, Maple mid lane, bot laner Neo, and support Chime, head coach Chowie. So that is TSM's roster for the LCS 2023 spring split. Unless they make a random decision in the middle of spring split when they're losing, right? I really don't know how to feel about this roster, you know? I mean, I think this might be a borderline playoff roster. That's about it. I mean, who knows? They might overperform and might even get maybe 4th or fucking, you know, 3rd place. But then again, I would have to believe in Santa Claus and the fucking Tooth Fairy, and I sure don't believe in that. But I have to see how all the other rosters, you know, play out. That's just how I feel, personally. I think Solo's a solid, okay top laner. Maple's good for LCS standards. I think he played better than a lot of people give him credit for. Neo's always been a pretty underrated AD carry. I thought he's always put up some pretty solid performances. I think being on Dignitas years back was just a detriment to a lot of players. And Chime looked like he had some pop-off games. You know, that Pike game was pretty suspect, even though he missed every single hook. Head coach Chowie, I wouldn't get rid of Chowie. There's nothing really you can do, honestly, as a head coach in a lot of these situations, but having him as a head coach again, I think is fine. I don't think he did anything that wrong, you know? But yeah, TSM did say they were going to get together their LCS 2023 roster, you know, pretty quickly, and they definitely did, because last year they were kind of like waiting to the last minute, and I was like, what the fuck? But yeah, that is the remainder of this news. This was the news that I wanted to just kind of just get out there. Yeah, and that's TSM's roster. So yeah, we have Diggs rosters completed. Diggs roster, yeah, right? Cloud9's roster is completed. 100 Thieves roster is completed. TSM's is, and several others, and that is it. So, I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I am MSK. This is Esports Content Entertainment, your one place for a glorifyingly well, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'll see you guys later. Like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, enjoy. I'm MSK. This is Esports Content Entertainment, your one place for esports content. Alright, guys. Peace.